right. Okay. Let me get this out of here. Let's stop that right quick. Cool. Let's get the chat going. Let's see how many people pop up in here. Yeah. Today is one of those days where the weather's not cooperating. Wanted to get outside. Wanted to show a little bit more, but I think it's better use of the time to actually do a live right quick. And if anybody is, I know East Coast is late right now, but West Coast should be up. I know it's Sunday evening, but yeah, let's see how we can do this chat today. Want to cover first week in Australia and how it's been. It's been pretty good, but let's wait. Let's see if we can get some more people in the chat. Get some maybe get some music going. Yeah, because I had a few comments too, man. I wanted to address over some of my videos here in Australia. I don't know, some disparaging comments. It's almost like some people who are in Australia maybe not having a good time or, for whatever reasons. But I think also too, if you're gonna comment on somebody's channel and you have negative comments, you probably need to, you know, tamper it down a little bit and make sure that you don't try to put your negative spin on this person who's coming into the country. So I did have a few comments. Actually, I think it's like two or three comments where people were saying, "Oh, they treat us bad over there in Australia." I'm like, I don't know your situation, but as far as I can tell, that's not true. As far as I can tell so far, and I'm just in Sydney right now. Although I've been to Melbourne, I think it was about I think that was 2017 when I was in Melbourne, Sydney, the last time I was here, and Brisbane, long time before that. And all of those trips, I had a good time. This time, I'm having a good time. So, and I'll address some of the comments of what they talked about, but then also I like to hear what y'all want to see from Australia or this part of the world. Japan was dope. I didn't do as much as I wanted to do, and that was probably because of I don't know the weather. Uh, That cold there kind of just hit me a little bit more than I wanted to. Um, Actually, it's weird. I want to say, and this is gonna sound messed up, but I want to say the weather, the cold was affecting my knee. It could also be because I was walking around the city a lot, and yeah, so that might have been it. Let me try something with this camera. Let me know if I'm sitting here, if I'm staying right here, am I in focus? Because I got this thing on manual, so it don't hop around. But maybe I should just put it on auto. But let me know. We got 5 people in the chat. No comments yet. I'm not seeing any comments. So let me know. Let me know where y'all at. Are they strict out there, with the cold? Oh, no. I think they were one of the last countries to take away those restrictions or requirements, put it like that. Um nah, there's no requirements for coming in. You do have to do a e-visa coming into Australia. So they ask you questions like, have you been convicted of a crime? That's something they ask. Um I don't even know if that I don't know how they are on that. If you have a crime or a record, I don't know if they just turn you away right away. That could be the case. I don't know. But other than that, it didn't seem very restrictive at all. You fill out the e-visa. I think you pay $20 for it, and I think you get notified like within that day if you're good. So um, I was kind of dreading that before too. I was like, oh, I gotta deal with this thing, and then I pulled it up, did it, and boom, easy. So just make sure with all these e-visa stuffs going on. It's funny too because these countries need to make sure that there's a certain thing to make sure you're on the official website, because that's the thing that worries me. A lot of times you pull this stuff up and it's some agency trying to do it for you and double charge you, or charge triple the price for doing it. Um, even the Columbia MIG whatever that you got to do, that thing, you pull it up. If you just do check MIG online, they're going to be sending you, all kind of websites. And if you don't know what the official Colombian site looks like, it's kind of confusing. So, but yeah, same thing here. Found out the official website. I thought it was a fake one at first. Then I had to do some cross checking. I was like, okay, that's it. But yeah, man, I was been out here, spent New Year's out here. Um, that was expensive. New Year's here, as far as hotels, Airbnbs were non-existent. You couldn't really get one. Airbnb or hotels were at least double the price as they are right now. Yeah. So definitely, I would say if you want to come out to Sydney for New Year's, or maybe even other cities in Australia for New Year's, since they're like the first ones to go through the New Year's celebration, you probably want to book your stuff well in advance or get out here beforehand, have your place set up at least a week before. A week is probably still not long enough. Probably need like a month. But today the plan was to go do some filming on one of the beaches out here. But by the time I got stuff ready, the weather switched up. It's raining. So, that's a thing too. Like, since I've been here, it hasn't been too many rainy days. I think it's been like 2 or 3. And some of them have been like half rainy days. I did go to a beach a few days ago, and it was clear when we got out there. Started raining a little bit while we were there. Not bad. It was cloudy. Started drizzling a little bit, and then we left, and then the whole area kind of cleared up. It was like partially cloudy, right? Which would have been good. Would have been awesome for some videos, because you got some of the clouds, you got some of the sky coming through, everything. Yeah, man. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Appreciate that. But yeah, so like I said, it's summertime down here. It's most days gets to 80, 85, and then at night it only dips down, I would say like 70. So it doesn't even get that cold here in Sydney. Funny thing is, when you go by the harbor, it's always a breeze. It's always a nice breeze blowing through there. So in the evening, it's a little chillier by the harbor. But yeah, actually the beach, I got the footage of the beach right here that we went to. Did a little drone shot there. Let me put in my normal music that I rock. Which one can we do? We can do, I think they've been adding more music here too. We'll do this one here. I think this is my standard one right here. Shout out to my boy Red Clay. I still need to get some more beats from him. But yeah, with this, went out to Bondi Beach. This is what this is here. It was, a little bit of a cloudy day. Also, too, this footage is not. I don't believe it's color graded or color corrected yet. So, but you get a sense of what the beach is like out here. And I think this was like middle of the week. This is middle of the week at about 3 p.m. Right now we're at coming up on 5 p.m. here in Sydney right now. But yeah, even this is what it'll be like on a good day, a decent day out there at the beach. Got surfers out there. You got a lot of people on the beach. And I heard this is not even close to being the best beach just in Sydney. Sydney has a lot of beaches, which surprised the hell out of me, man. Because it's a city, well connected. You know, they got train service. It's not a complicated train service. I wouldn't say it's very intense, like as far as a bunch of lines going all over the place, especially coming from Tokyo, Japan, where it is intense. But you have, they go to most of the places you want to go. It's relatively cheap. If you have Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay, you're already good. You just go tap to pay as you go in, tap to pay when you get off. Same with the buses and everything else. So it's a really good system, easy to work with system. And it works. Like I said, you come in as a tourist, you don't have that transit card, you can buy one, and it might be some deals with it. I don't know, but it's relatively cheap just doing tap to pay. I think it's typically a ride through downtown might cost you $150 in US dollars, $2 Australian, and where it's 1.4 US dollars to Australian dollars. So, but yeah, it's and to get to the beaches, normally you would have to catch the train, maybe a few stops, and then a bus, or just catch the bus right from the beginning, and then you don't have to switch. You just stay on the same line. I think it's about a 40-minute bus ride. Train will probably take you 80%, 85% of the way, and that ride is like 20 minutes. Then you got to catch the bus. So the whole thing ends up being about the same amount of time anyway. But yeah, another advantage of that beach drone shot that I did. Yeah, so the beaches here are pretty nice. It reminded me a lot of Brazil. Speaking of that, there are quite a bit of Brazilians that hang out at the beach here. And I can see why, because it's similar. They have that similar beach culture. Australia's if they have a good beach nearby them, there's gonna be people there in the water, doing all kinds of stuff. I would say they probably have a tougher surf culture here in Australia than they do in Brazil. Although Florianopolis, there's surfers there, but I think that's in Rio and other places. I didn't see a lot of surfers, and I don't know if the waves are conducive to that out there. But here, yeah, the surf culture is serious. You'll see. I mean, I know what surfers look like, right? Because I've hung out with a lot of them in California. But you'll see them in the airport with their boards throughout the city. You'll see them, with their equipment, their boards and all that, and they're moving back and forth to different spots around the city, around the country. I know Brisbane, south of Brisbane, they have Gold Coast. Gold Coast is supposedly some of the best beaches in the country. And I was there a long time ago, and I would say, yeah, they do have some amazing beaches there, but I need to go back. There. So at some point on this trip, I'm going to be hopping around the country doing some, checking out some of the different beaches. But right now, I feel like Sydney has a lot to discover. The city itself, the different cultures of people out here, because there's a variety of foreigners out here. Um, some of them might not even be foreigners anymore. They might actually be living here, might have been born here, but you have the Indians, a lot of them here, a lot of Chinese, Japanese, Africans, uh, East Africans. I see a lot of, I believe, Eritrean, Ethiopian, and then you also have the Tongans, the Pacific Islanders. So it'd be interesting if I can get in and maybe have some talks with the different groups of people out here, like why they came to Australia, how they like Australia. Because, like I said, there's some people in my comments talking about, some negatives, and I'm not saying they're not true, but all I'm saying is I see a lot of Africans, other people out here thriving. You see what I'm saying? So it's not all doom and gloom like some people might want to perpetuate in some of the comments. Actually, I have to say, before I heard their comment, I was like, huh? I mean, I know that things exist all over the planet. But yeah, from what I see out here, last time I was there, I had a cab driver. He was from Iraq. And I was coming from the airport, so I had just got here. This was 2017. And I think it was Melbourne, yeah. So I asked him, I was like, so what do you think? How do you like Australia? And he was like, if you want to make money, he's like, this is the spot. He's like, what they pay people out here is incredible. He's like, the only reason Australians themselves aren't doing very well, I won't say very well, aren't making, rich. He said, because they be drinking all their money away every weekend. He's like, if you are working here and you're saving and you're not going out blowing your money every weekend, he's like, you come up. Dude, straight from Iraq. He was a cab driver, Uber driver. And he was telling me, he's like, yeah, you come up fast out there. So I don't know, and that's, I didn't get into deep conversation with how they treat you or anything like that, but he just let me know, like, you worried about making money, yeah, you can make money. But yeah, I wonder what questions y'all got about Sydney, Australia. I could drop some more videos on y'all right quick in here in the chat. Some dumbed down videos that ain't really put together, but may drop in a future video. I'm gonna give y'all a little sneak peek preview. I went out to, or maybe even some photos. There's a way to add photos here too, but I kind of been. Let me see. I'm gonna try to pull up some. Yeah. Okay, let's see what this is. Yeah, I really like, also I like the fact that the city is relatively safe. How can I say this? After traveling the world, I don't care how safe a place is, I still want to take certain precautions. I try to do that everywhere. But it's refreshing when you go to a place and you see people in a downtown environment with their cameras out. That was the same in Tokyo too. Like, it's a very photogenic city, and people out there, you see people out with two cameras. They got one camera there, the other camera there. They ain't playing. So you see that, it's somewhat secure. And because of that, you can actually get really good imagery and share more of the city with more people. Met a lady yesterday in front of Opera House, 2 days ago in front of Opera House, and she was a professional photographer. She had a setup, tripod, camera, zoomed in on the Opera House. I think she was looked like she was trying to get pictures more than video. And so I talked to her for a little bit about everything, and she was from Indonesia, and she was just explaining a little bit about how she gets paid from photography. And it was interesting, and I think eventually I'll probably need to go that route. Of selling photos. And I would say that with this camera, the type of photos I can take are quality photos. There'll be something you can blow up, put on a wall or something like that. And I would say it's a very genuine product, taking pictures and selling them. Unlike some other things I see people sell, I wouldn't sell LUTs, anything like that. That's a little much. But selling straight up pictures that I took, that I went to a place to take pictures of, and then maybe did some editing to it. I think that's and if you're on the channel and you watching my travels or whatever, then it has a backstory to it. That might be an option too. Maybe even selling photos with a backstory. Send a video to the person as well, like, hey, this is what happened here, blah blah. And yeah, that might be a way to fund some of these trips too. So you don't have to give. We won't be doing donations, so to speak. We'll be doing purchases. I think that's a pretty good idea. You let me know what y'all think about that. But yeah, while I was out here too, so with the photos, another thing I noticed is there's a lot of people out here that you're in some of these touristy places, like the Sydney Opera House. If you see that image, it's how many places in the world where you see an image and you know exactly where that is. There's only like 4 or 5, I think. It's Rio de Janeiro, Christ the Redeemer, the Eiffel Tower, the pyramids, and Sydney Opera House. I'm trying to think if there's another one. Y'all let me know. But I don't think there's many places where you can take a photo and boom, people know where you at. I don't think there's. I'm trying to think if there's something in Germany. I don't think there's one photo you can take where everybody around the world has seen that and knows who you are. I brought that up I was doing a video in front of Opera House, and I talked about a lot of that too. But yeah, let's take a look. Let's see. Speaking of Opera House, let's see what y'all think about this video right here. Let me answer these questions very quick. Any plans to visit and converse with indigenous people? Yeah, if I can, that'd be interesting. I don't want to. Here's the thing: I don't want to go to indigenous areas, and they might be tired of that. But I feel like if it's on my route, if I can find it, if I can do some research on it and go out there and get some of the stories on it, that'd be cool. Although I'm not much of a, my style is not too documentary. So it'll be playing around as much. But if we can, yeah, I like to do that. Yep. Will you do a documentary on a Black indigenous? So I think I just covered that question. I don't know. We'll see. That wasn't the plan. But if that's, how can I say, if I start putting out, well, it depends on how long I'm here, right? Because I think something like that probably needs, you need to be comfortable on the ground. You need to figure out the spot. I don't want to do any rushed job if it comes to that. But a lot of times, a lot of these places like Australia are not as cheap as like South America or Asia. So you definitely have to watch the finances a little bit closer out here. But who knows? I mean, if that'll actually drive views, drive content, that's what people want to see. I mean, might have to touch on that at least a little bit. But I'll have to look into that and see what, like I say, where they're at. And also, I don't want to be going out to the middle of nowhere. I wouldn't mind doing that, but if I did that, I gotta know that the YouTubers gonna appreciate it. And if I'm driving out to the middle of nowhere, it's a hard day. I'm dragging all my stuff, going out there, in the heat, because Sydney is kind of good temperature wise and all that, convenience wise. If I'm doing that, I already know I'm in for. If I go to the Outback, I already know I'm in for some hardships. And I'm not against it, but if I'm doing that, then I gotta know it's gonna be some appreciation on this end. Good job. But we'll see. Definitely gotta go out and get some footage. Right now here in Sydney, there's a lot of foreigners, like I said, from Europe, from India, all over Asia. You don't see I feel like there's Africans here, and I've even seen some African Americans here visiting. Very few, but I've seen some. There's other Americans here as well, but you don't see a lot of people that look like me here from the United States. But it's not a big deal. I think it's a lot of Africans, a lot of people from Pacific Islanders who also kind of look like me as well. But yeah, Sydney's a nice mix. If you're not used to being over here, you can probably get used to the group of people that are around here. Like I said, a lot of Asians, a lot of Chinese, Japanese. So if you're coming from that part of the world, you're good, Sydney. But yeah, I want to show you. I took a video out in front of the Opera House. Chatted with a young lady from England, and was like, all right, let's take some pictures, video. So I'll just show you a quick little piece. And I added a little bit of music to it just to give it something. I like doing music on stuff. Sometimes I use a lot of the same music, but it works. And I feel like, and this is where it really is a benefit to be in a place that has that's relatively safe, because you can bring out your better equipment and get better imagery. So let me just show you right quick what I'm talking about. And I say better imagery because stuff like this is kind of tricky. With the action camera, the lights with I don't know, it's cool to have and be able to take some video pictures in different situations and have them come out looking good. And I like that. I really do like doing that. It's just one of those things that, I gotta say, it does take some time to be able to even just get up to an average level, not have a bunch of mistakes going on. And there'll still be mistakes. I'm still making mistakes, but we learning as we go. And I appreciate that about the Sony ecosystem. It keeps me learning. DJI, I know they coming out with some crazy stuff too. Their was it Osmo Pocket 3? I went to a store the other day and checked that out, looked at it. But they sold out everywhere. So it's not, even if I wanted to get it, I couldn't get it now. But at the same time, I think the only benefit that has is how easy it is to crack open and get out. But to tell you the truth, I'm getting used to carrying, Sony stuff, or I have an action cam too, rocking that. If you watch the video in Japan that I did, well, I dropped one yesterday that was just showing the hotel. That was mainly iPhone footage, iPhone and DJI. What's that thing called? Action. So not the best footage, but I showed you the hotel room. But if you watch the other video in Shibuya that has a Japan flag on the thumbnail with the girl in the middle of the circle, if you watch that video, you'll see a combination of action cam and this camera and some photos. And it's a very, you see some of the sharpness of what you can provide with this. But yeah, it's something something I feel like I want to keep doing. Want to keep giving better quality than what you can get on the iPhone or other little action cams. It's harder work. It's more work. I wouldn't say it pays off. So if somebody's, starting a YouTube channel thinking about doing it, don't expect it to pay off immediately. Maybe not even the first year versus just using the smaller cameras. But if you got a passion for imagery, cameras, all that, then yeah, go for it. What other questions we got? We got 7 people in here, right? But let me see what even on X, we're simultaneously going live on X. And if you haven't signed up or follow me on X, you need to do that. At Cryptology on X. I'm gonna type it in the chat right quick. Follow me on X at, I need to change my name there because it's an old name. Boom. Add that in there. And I don't think YouTube probably doesn't like that you do that. But then again, they make it sound like you should be sharing your content on all platforms to get your stuff out. Speaking of, the video I dropped yesterday, did any of y'all see that? The hotel video in Japan. I'm gonna try to link it here in case y'all didn't. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, in the chat, let me know what's good, man. We gotta, if y'all interested in anything about, well, Japan or Australia, just let me know. I'll tell you, I'll drop the info on you right here. Let me get this link right quick. And hopefully my sound is good today. I think the last live I did, it was a little, when I looked at it, it was a few issues on there. Okay. Check it out tomorrow. Yeah, make sure you come back, check some stuff out. But here go the link right here. Boom. That is the link. Well, it's in the chat, but so it's no need for me to post it there. Yeah, if you're in the chat, you can click on that, check the link. That was a video drop yesterday. For me, it was yesterday. Still might be today for you. I think y'all are just switching over to, yeah, you're just coming into Monday. We've been in Monday. It's 5. Here it's 5:12 Monday afternoon. So if you're on the East Coast, you just got into Monday. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's been sunny days for the most part, but right now it's raining. This live should be outside, should be from the beach. Had my stuff packed, ready to go. And right as I was about ready to go, I looked at it, looked outside. I was like, yo, kind of cloudy. Check the weather. They like 90% rain. I'm like, oh man, come on. Don't do me like that. But you gotta adjust. You gotta adjust on the fly a lot of times with a lot of this content creation and everything on YouTube. It's still in the stages of figuring a lot of things out here. I think I think I might start doing more consistent lives, not just for video dropping, and maybe not even doing lives when a video drops, because although I do think it drives traffic, but it is a huge, at least the way I do lives. I have set up a camera and all that. It's a huge burden getting the video out, doing all that stuff, and then also doing the live. But we'll see. I think I need to get more stuff out. So as I get more stuff out, probably just drop down with the attached with the premieres. Just drop the video, let it rock, and then come in later, do a live, something like this, where we can just talk, chat it out, preferably at an earlier time for most of y'all, which will be, I would say probably maybe like 6 in the evening, where it's still early here, but not too early. Yeah, that might be the way to rock it. Yeah, so Australia, I think the only question I got on Australia is from Jennifer Rickers asking about the Black Indigenous. That's something I'm gonna have to look into. But I was expecting to be a few more questions on Australia in general. But to tell you the truth, I think a lot of the audience that watches me is not as well traveled to this part of the world. I could be wrong, but I think most of y'all are more familiar with Latin America, Europe, Africa, not so much Asia, which is, it just is what it is. But I think we'll have to build that interest as we go. Asia and Oceania. I guess this is Oceania here. I think Australia, Fiji, Tasmania, which is I think part of Australia, New Zealand, and there might be a few other Pacific islands that are part of Oceania. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll build it up. We'll build the interest. We'll have it going. If nothing else, if there's the interest doesn't come in as I'm making the videos, whatever, what we'll have to do is, or what I'll do is just make the best videos I can have. And even if, I put whatever I put on YouTube, editing and all that, but I'll still have the imagery, the quality imagery, and then photos. So I think between photos and good higher end footage, there may be a way of even monetizing that down the road. Cause I can. What's good, man? How are things out there in New Zealand? Yeah, man. Still here. Today is a bit of a rainy day. I was trying to hit the beach today. What's the name of that beach? I had a I met a young lady in a park, and she gave me advice on this one beach to hit. Let me see what the name of it was. Starts with an M. Mar Mara Marabra Beach. Marabra Beach. South of Bondi Beach. Yeah. So I was gonna hit that today, but then the weather was just it's not good. It's raining still. But if even if it cleans up in another hour or so, I'll probably still try to get out there. I got the stuff packed ready to go, man. Ready to just go out there, and I can still probably get it at sunset, which might even be better. But yeah, me, because I can, we talked a few days ago about some of the areas, some of the things I can possibly do as far as YouTube out here. So there's definitely a lot to see in Australia. They say, yeah, South Pacific is Oceania. Yep. Oh, okay. You seeing a Jamaican YouTuber there in Australia? Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, it's funny, man. Like there are a lot of critters, one, to address that. Just not here in Sydney. At least I haven't noticed them. But when you do look it up, it is a lot of wild stuff. The box jellyfish, the sharks that be out there, the crocodiles. I was watching the news the other day. I don't think they would talk about this part of Australia. They would talk about the north, but it was like, yeah, this year there's been a high number of uh, crocodile attacks, and these crocodiles ain't small, bro. Them joints big. They like dinosaurs. They like dinosaurs with little legs. And they were talking about the different instances. They said, oh, the one 67-year-old got attacked, but he got away. Um, they talked about a 12-year-old girl who nearly got attacked, and they were describing. They were like, yeah, she was out hunting with her family, and I'm like, hold up, that what was y'all hunting? A lot of this stuff is these attacks that I'm hearing about. From what I'm hearing, it sounds like they're in their territory already. They're in the rivers, because they were also showing people uh, out basically like using a river as like a pool. They had a swing. Kind of like if you saw my video on Choco when we were riding through that river, and kids were out there just jumping in the water with a rope swing and all that. It was that type of environment, and I get it. Uh, Parts of Australia right now are extremely hot, and if you got a water source near you and it's relatively clean water, people gonna get in it. But if they got dinosaurs in that thing, crocodiles, nah, I'm a pass, bro. I'm a pass. All right, let me see what other comments we got here. Okay, yes, it's good weather out there. Bondi was straight, man. Yeah, Marlborough was the beach I was supposed to go to today. Bondi was straight. It was a little overcast, cloudy. I'll show the video again. I did a few drone shots. I'll show it right here. Um, yeah, so got that shot. So you were describing to me the north and the south end. I think this was the opposite end of what you're talking about, because they got pools at both ends. I noticed that, but we were mostly on that end, on this end here, where you see the footage starting at. So it was decent, and of course, I got more footage. I got camera footage as well, but that's what we did with the drone. Um, yeah, so it was a good day. Yeah, man. Holla at Dre in the building. Koji Beach. Yeah, somebody told me about that yesterday. somebody was talking. I was talking to some young lady. I've been talking to, it's funny. It's easy to, for me, it seems relatively easy to strike up conversations with uh people out here, especially if you're asking about the area, they're from here, they'll they'll drop it on you. So that's what's good about Sydney also. Like if you're wondering where to go, just shit, don't even worry about it. Just get here and then ask people. They'll let you know. They will let you know. Yeah, Koji Beach, I think that's it's cool too because Google Maps works really good out here as far as like transportation, like linked in with the transportation. You saw me doing that in the Japan video as well, but it really is cool here and it's easy to get around with their transit system. So if I punch in Koji Beach right there, got a lot of reviews. You can see the pictures and everything of it. And for one to go there, I can catch a bus and it'll be 46 minutes. Or I could walk there and it'd be 2 hours. That would be a crazy walk. Hey, if I did a 2 hour walk from the middle of the city to a beach, would y'all tune in and support? Cause that's a lot of work. And my knee ain't my knee been giving me problems lately. Y'all might need to fund my hospital bill afterwards. You know what I mean? Nah, we ain't gonna walk that. That would be a good run though. The flies. Oh, up in the other parts of Australia? Yeah. I haven't there has been I've noticed here in Sydney, some places you go, you will see some fruit flies, like the little flies. They're not like the ones that the normal house flies that we're used to in the States, but you'll have the little fruit flies in some places. Yeah, man. Them ain't regular. I don't know what the difference is between crocodiles and alligators. I think one is bigger than the other, but they got the big ones. I think they call them crocs out here. Australia got the big ones. I think Africa got the big ones too, but like the ones you see here, I feel like they might be bigger than the African ones. I don't know, but the ones in Africa, they used to snatching up buffalo. So them joints, they ready. I feel like the ones out here are very closely related to the ones in Africa, but they don't have the big game to take down. Or do they? I don't know. I don't think they have the big game like the ones in Africa do to to eat. So I don't know what they eating. Okay, the big pool, the big pool and start of the beach. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I think they call that the Iceberg Club. The footage right here. They let me see. I got another angle of it too. Yeah, I think this is Iceberg Club with two pools right there. Got a little bit of footage of that, but yeah. And it seems like that's the spot that a lot of girls want to get their Instagram at. You said the Aussie Crocs go to the gym. Yeah, they must be doing something. Them joints was I think they be getting after it. They don't play around. It's like that. Other alligators or crocodiles, other places, they'll attack people. But I feel like the ones what you hearing about out here is like they waiting for people to get in the water. Oh yeah, there they go. They think it's all sweet out here. Nah, we go. I feel like they purposely waiting on people to get in the water. They ain't with that. People might be their main. We might be their main dessert, preferred dessert out here. I don't know. The heat index for that walk. I don't know. Let me see. They don't say nothing about no heat index. If I do the walk, let me see. Let me switch over to walk. It says Caution, walking directions may not always reflect real world conditions. And it says I go up 58 meters. That can't be right. Okay, so the lowest part of the walk is 12 meters. The highest part of the walk is 63 meters. So there's some altitude gain, especially I think in the beginning you start off kind of in between there, and then you at some point before the end you get to 63 meters height, and then you drop off before the beach. You get down to 12 meters. Man, that's a serious walk though, and you're gonna be walking through the city for a lot of it. So you got crosswalks and big streets to cross. Manly is another good beach. You catch a ferry there. It's cool cruise. Okay, yeah. I'm thinking I'm thinking that's what I need to do while I'm here in Australia, in Sydney, is go to all the beaches in Sydney. There's a lot. There's at least there's Bondi, Manly, uh, Marlborough, Coogee. I almost said Coogee. Uh, that the ones I keep hearing about, and those seem to be the ones that a lot of people are going to. And maybe there's some other ones that are good for some other stuff, but I think we need to hit up a few more beaches, not just Bondi. Yeah, that's right. Everybody hit that like button. Thanks, Jennifer, for reminding me. Hit that like button. Oh yeah, cause I can. Yeah, yeah. He know this country, man. He's lived here, worked here, so you know, of course, they going to the gym. Big Crocs out this joint. Okay, yeah. Hit that like button. How many likes we got? Let me check. Let me check this joint out. Let me see what y'all doing over here. See what y'all done did. But yeah, it's definitely a lot to see in this country. The thing is, a lot of it is spaced out too. So I kind of want to I kind of want to dig in Sydney a little bit more. I did some of the nightlife. Um, okay, on that, nightlife is good. Let me just say that first. But there's some caveats. One of the things is they have these things called lockout laws. So I don't know if it's every night, all nights, but I've been informed because I got a cousin out here, right? He's going to school out here. But I've been informed that you by 12 o'clock you need to be in a club. After that, they ain't letting you in. And then they close at around, some of them close at 3, some at 4. So that's not that bad of a deal. But um and I've seen a few places that seem to be lenient on that whole lockout law thing. Maybe it's a thing about capacity. I don't know, but a lot of places you go out ready to go out, and you'll go there and get there at midnight, and they're like, "Nah, we're not letting nobody else in unless you bought a ticket online." And sometimes even before midnight, it's just like you have to have a ticket to get in. The more popular spots, like they have one major club out here, and I went there one night. I think it was New Year's Eve. Yeah, we went there New Year's Eve, and it was good, but it wasn't, like I say, it wasn't optimum, because normally on a normal night they have multiple floors that are open, and this night they just had the one floor, and it's mainly house, EP, whatever, beats music or whatever. But normally they have a hip hop floor, reggaeton floor, all that. So I need to hit that up again. Aces in the building was good out there in Colombia doing this thing, you know. So, but yeah, it's yeah, Australia definitely has a lot to see. Sydney has a lot to see. It seems like when you come to, I've been to Sydney. This is my second time in Sydney. First time I came years ago. I was only here for 3 days. You really don't, you can't come here for a short period and figure things out. The city doesn't look that complicated. It looks pretty simple and flat and all of that, but it's more deep than that. Yeah, man. Yeah, we had a conversation today about some of this YouTube stuff, and talking about how I need to get it in, which I already know. But yeah, that sometimes you just gotta talk with somebody, be like, yo, because I can, it was the same thing when we talked. It was like, yo, you just gotta fucking start pushing out more. And that's one thing I'll say, man. Like when you're in this doing this type of thing, it definitely pays to keep a circle of other content creators, because whether they big or small, just gives you different vantage points to look at and come up with. And yeah, I mean, the thing about being here in Australia is not a lot of content creators here. um some people who watch it, even my some people who commented on my live video that I just dropped, have half-heartedly, just recklessly, I just dropped that joint the on New Year's Eve. Somebody comment like, "Oh man, you the first YouTuber I seen in Australia." I'm like, I, I know I ain't the first. I'm not the first. Even I might have been maybe for a quick second. I might have been the first American YouTuber to drop a YouTube video in 2024, because you know. But there's definitely other YouTubers out here doing it, been doing it. But I'll say it's underrepresented by us. So I think that's what I want to do. I want to go to more places, do more things that are not, first off, that I appreciate doing, and second off, that I'm interested in doing, and second off, that I think more people would get something out of being exposed to. So you see me on a beach in Australia. Somebody mentioned something about racism in Australia in one of my videos. They commented about it. And like, oh, how do they treat black people out there? Da, da, da. I'm like, watch my videos. You'll see. I'm out there amongst the people. Even that live that I drop, amongst people out here. Obviously, I'm not working here. I'm not living here. I'm not going to school here. But I'll show you, if you're just worried about how they treat different people. And that's one thing I want to mention too, is being afraid of traveling places strictly because of your color is kind of real basic thinking. More than likely people are going to treat you a certain way because of status. Meaning, like, all right, if you're at a place and you don't, you're struggling, and you're showing that you're struggling, people will treat you differently off that. If you're a rude person, people will treat you differently off that. If you're a messy, dirty person, people will treat you, so it's, and I say that to say, all right, most of y'all who are watching are not going to be those things, but it's scales of it too. Like, if I was here in a suit, I'm sure people would treat me a lot differently. But being in a suit is work in itself. But if you want to be treated with the most utmost respect in a lot of places, you can dress, and just, I'm talking about just off of looks, then you can dress that part if that's what you're worried about. And if you're speaking well, like here they speak English, obviously. So if your English is, some people may not be native English speakers who are watching this channel, but if you're here and your English is good and you're articulate, you're able to get your point across fast, or with ease. So, that's probably more accurate. If you can get your point across with ease and all of that, then they're probably going to treat you better. Let me see what other questions we got. If you carry yourself respectfully, yeah, of course, exactly. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. The funny thing is, I would actually like to dress a lot better than what I do, but it's a hassle, bro. It's a hassle when the main purpose is to make YouTube content, uh, get out, travel to different places, move around. I feel like YouTubers, it's more beneficial. I mean, there's some that do. There's some that dress up and get new stuff or whatever. But it's almost like you need to have a uniform, a YouTube uniform. And that's, you get your type of shirts you might like, whether it's t-shirts or button up collar, type of shirt, a hat, type of hats, and whatever get you in the zone. It's appropriate, you're comfortable, and it's appropriate where you can fit in a lot of different places. Um, a lot of what you might not see too much of on the YouTube is the type of footwear somebody's wearing, but that's also a huge thing too. Like you got to pack all this stuff up as well. So if you're, like I said, a suit would be nice, but packing up, maintaining a suit while you're traveling, moving around all these places, and then when you need to get it clean, it has to be dry clean, all that. It's not really conducive to the nomadic lifestyle. It can be done for sure. It can be done if that's important to you. It can definitely be done. But I feel like for me, I just need to have things at a certain level and work with it. And maybe I should step up in certain ways when it comes to dress and maintaining haircuts and all that. But as of right now, yeah, the thing is to just focus more on the craft and then get there. But like I said, if you're bumming on all that stuff, and if you're not making YouTube and you're worried about how people treating you, dress up. You're gonna be good. Dress up, be respectful. Like Buck Travel was saying, carry yourself with respect and you're gonna be good. Let's see. Said yeah, Ace was saying travel light. I have 2 bags with me. Yeah. Ace, no, I used to travel real light. I used to travel backpack in a small roller bag. That J felt good, man. Just ready to pack up. Y'all seen it in the Tijuana video. I think we was going from Tijuana to Rosarito. Y'all see me pack up, and I think I had 2 backpacks and 1 roll bag, and then man, I started getting more gear. I started, on this trip. I don't know why I got so much gear. It's a lot of clothes. I know why, because I was going to 2 different hemispheres, one in winter, one in summer, and I knew that, so I'm packed for both. I'm tired of packing for winter places, bro. If y'all in winter, I'm thinking 2024. I ain't doing no more winter. I ain't doing winter. If it's cold in, I gotta wear a jacket. I ain't coming. You ain't gonna see Tay there if I gotta wear a jacket. Maybe a light jacket, but yeah, if it's getting down below 55, I ain't trying to do that. Let me see. Buck Travel, he's at New Zealand, Australia, good part of the world, a lot of film. New Zealand environment is dope. Yes, New Zealand does have the nature environment. When you see them hills and stuff like that, it be green, all that. Like, really, I don't be thinking about going to New Zealand, but then when I really think about it, maybe I should go to New Zealand since I'm this close already. But we'll see. Because I can't. We'll talk about that some other time if when it pop up. But I got hit up Australia real good first. Floyd was complaining about racism in Argentina, but he looked dusty and got mistaken for African. Hey, I will say this: I have seen Floyd's videos and all that, and the young man is doing it. He out there. He's a man of action. He's a young man of action, which I always will applaud. You know what I mean? And the thing about that though is he gonna make mistakes. So we got a super chat. Who done give it? Ace, what you doing? Give it super chats, man. Appreciate it. What was there a comment attached with it? No, he just gave a super chat. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, Floyd was was complaining. I have heard him complain about some stuff out there. I'll say this: I gotta support all the other YouTubers, travel YouTubers. This shit ain't easy, bro. I went to a course. I'm gonna preface this with the fact that I went to a course, a DaVinci Resolve course, to learn about the software more. And there was other people who teach on YouTube there. And one of the guys, I think he has close to 1 million subscribers, or he's definitely got a couple of videos that have millions of views, tutorial videos talking about this. And he was talking about, and I didn't even bring it up. He was just bringing it up to the class. He's like, yeah, I've done these videos and how he started doing them. He's like, I tried to do a travel vlog and da da da. He's like, that is the worst. He's like, doing travel videos is a lot of fucking work. And this is a dude who's making, I would say, at least a couple 100,000 per year on YouTube. And he was straight up said he tried to do travel video, just try it out. And he said they're the hardest type of videos to make. And yeah, so in Floyd's case, bringing it back, people want to judge and be like, oh yeah, he's doing this. And I see the comments, they don't be, people be going in on the brother in the comments. And I'll say this, man, just relax a little bit, realize he's doing it. He's doing the action, getting out there. And if you have creative criticism or constructive criticism, that's always needed by all of us. But at the same time, you can't just be going in on a brother and not knowing that, okay, we're all still learning. We're all still learning this stuff. And it's not like other communities don't really do that as much. They don't go at each other as hard as we do. So, but yeah, he out there, man. He out there. He giving y'all content. If you don't like it, you ain't got to tune in. If you do like it, sometimes people watching it for other reasons because it's funny, whatever, and it, whatever, you're still supporting. But yeah, man. I'm in Sydney, man. Sydney's pretty good city. Get some other super chats in here. Okay. C's. Okay, all right. C said Ace ain't the only fan. Let me hit these joints up right quick. Let me go back. I'm getting behind on these. Appreciate that, C's. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, C's definitely supports, C's is a real cat, you seen him in the videos with Ace, me, and all of them. So out there in California doing his thing. He gets out, travels. A lot of times I'll have chats with C's about some of this stuff too. Like, hey, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you got to have people you bounce ideas off of, that you confide in with some of your decisions, right? You can bounce ideas off it. Maybe they come up with an idea you don't really want to do or you don't do, but then other times they'll have something they'll have a certain spin on it that you can take a look at. Oh, okay, yeah, that is a certain way. And sometimes you already know what the hell to do, and you just need somebody else to tell you that same thing or not what not to do and tell you that as well. So yeah, appreciate C's for all that, man. And y'all already know. If you're watching the videos, you've been here before, you already know what it is. I like keeping a circle of mature, level-headed people that can also critically think, Holla at Dre, another one, we chat it up every now and then. He doing his thing as well. Okay, yeah, Tahiti. See, those places you went out, you went out there to them places. I feel like you gotta have a boo thing to go out there. Which is I'm not hating on, but me ain't, I'm rolling solo in most of these places. So Tahiti, I guess Tahiti, they speak French too. I could get out there, but I don't know. I don't know. And they not cheap either. So those places, this that's another thing. Got to factor in the cost of some of these things. All right, let me see. Let me get to some of these other chats I missed. Okay, the chats finally started coming in. Let me play a little bit of my music too. I dropped that. Hey, but y'all didn't even see. Let me drop the videos. I ain't show y'all these videos, right? I don't think y'all seen. While I'm talking about this, I'll add this to the stage. Young lady. We talked about that. We hit that one. Because I can't. What's unique about New Zealand? And I'm in Ohio, and there's farmlands here. I'm assuming you're saying there's farmlands there too, right? Because that's what I think New Zealand is known for, like a lot of farmland. Okay, you got 3 bags with you right now. That makes more sense. Because I know how you be moving, bro. I know you can't handle 2 bags unless it's a big bag, and then another backpack that's a decent size. Yeah, I got 1 bag that I put in my other bag. Let me see if I grab this joint. I'll tell you what, this one. Oh, look at that! Look at that! You gotta have some manliness to carry some of these bags. This bag right here, though, this joint is this way I was gonna rock to the beat. I'm showing y'all some gear stuff. I'm giving y'all extra goodness. Let me show y'all. See this bag? Let's check it out. You see that? This joint got flaps to put your strap away, and then clap. They clap down. Little magnet joints. They got a big handle right here. That if you're in the airport and you have your main suitcase, your big suitcase, you can put the handle through here and rock it like right there. So you have it going up there, handle on there. So thing I like about this company, man, they designed all kind of little crazy stuff in here. Zippers that zip out the back, and then you have a packing cube that you can put it. They also make packing cube, so that's a big one. But I had my stuff ready for the beach today. I had my Brazil towel in here. I think about Brazil pretty often. I met a Brazilian the other day in a park here. Um, got a video of her too. If you saw my story the other day, I sent the video to her, and then she posted it on her stories. She tagged me graciously, and then I put it on my story. But I think I have the video here. Let me see. Or I can send it. Let me drop the video if y'all didn't see it. All right. You asked Ace if he carry a big suitcase. If he ain't asked already, yeah, he got a big suitcase, man. He like me. Well, at first, oh, he answered it down there. Yeah, he got a big joint. Man, that's one thing too. Is the suitcase I got now, that bag. I feel like as much when you really traveling, um, you need to invest in bags that you think will rock with you for a while. It ain't gotta be expensive. It just needs to be something that's durable and that you could actually use and use for a while. The other one I got, The little one, where'd it go? That's mainly for my camera stuff. Same company makes it. This little one's empty right now. I'm going all over the place. I'm gonna get to the Brazil. If you want to see the Brazilian I met in the park the other day, just hold tight for a little bit. I'm gonna show you that video. But this bag here, everyday backpack. It's not that big. Um, it can carry a camera or two if you want to, but also carries space for a laptop right there. Laptop hard drives. Um, the zippers. I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna try to show you this, but if you can see this right here, so the zippers are kind of weatherproof. They have this thick rubber, I don't know, polyurethane material that goes around it. Yeah, you can see it better there. So if you see it, it's just very thick. Even the handles on the zipper are just solid. This carrying handle right here, I've had this bag. I don't know. Whenever we started doing I don't know when I get this bag. At least I think it's about a year and a half old. And this bag has been everywhere, and I've carried it a lot, hiking up in Florianopolis, Brazil, doing all that, and it's just been holding steady, bro. Like no, so far when I look at it, there's no seams that are getting frayed or anything like that. Only thing I can say is like maybe the paint came off of this little button right here that should be black. It's like half black and half shiny. And this one's all shiny. But other than that, this joint been holding strong, bro. So yeah, I love this stuff. Peak design. If you're in the cameras, you already know. But let's see. Let's see what other comments we got. Uh and two others. Okay, yeah. No more cold. Yeah, man. Hey, I ain't doing it, bro. Unless it's something really going on, or I know somebody there. When I was in Japan, I was thinking about hitting up Russia. I don't know if they'll let us in, and I ain't trying to go there if there's like political tensions. But I ain't even do the research on it. But if it was clear, I was thinking about hitting up Russia. Yeah, man. Let's see. Get to these comments. If my trip is 2 weeks or longer, then the check bag is coming with me. Other than that, it's backpack and carry on. Yeah, that's valid points there. Yeah, if you're it depends on the length of the trip. Um, like I said, even if it's a 2 week trip and you go into a cold place, yeah, you might be carrying more than you want. Probably gonna have at least two jackets, maybe just one, but I always carry a rain jacket, but those things are small. You can crush them up, be like that big, so they ain't nothing. Always have those available in my gear. I mean, bro, I'm tired of cold. I dealt with cold enough. Cold is if I could go to a place like let's say it was here and they had a mountain and you can go skiing or something like that, snowboarding. I'll do that. You know what I mean? Because I'll go there and come back. Maybe 2 days or something. But to go on a pack for a place, nah. Winter ain't no winter excursions in 2024. Not unless y'all were like, hey, we gonna fund this trip. Hey, we want you to go to Antarctica or North Pole or something like that in the middle of winter. And it be getting dark out there early, bruh. Here, so in Tokyo, they got winter going on. It's not that cold, at least when I was there, but it's cold. And the sun would come up at like 7:30 in the morning, and it'd be already getting dark by like 4:30. It's already getting dark. So it's kind of, especially if you're a traveler like me and you just going out every day, like I'd wake up, maybe I'd get out of my place after editing. I might leave the hotel at like 11, right? So you go out. And if you go out later than that, you go out and it's already getting dark. You're like, damn, day gone already. Here is the exact opposite. Here, the sun is coming up at 6, 5 something, and it's going down at 8:10. That's when it's gonna go to 8:10 PM is when the sun is going down here. So yeah, I appreciate that. Especially on the days like yesterday was sunny all day. I mean, I'm getting black out here. It's middle of winter. I'm getting look at me. I'm getting dark, man. Actually, I think I get a little red before I get black. You know? Okay. Okay, so New Zealand, a lot of green mountains, forests, lakes, rivers, snow in the winter. In parts of the country are great for outdoors. Yeah, that's what I know about New Zealand. So the outdoors. Yeah. Backpack Mo. I think Backpack Mo, he be moving around quite a bit. I think I got you on Instagram. I think he done did the he might have been out here to Australia before. I know he was if it's the same Backpack Mo I'm thinking about, there's two guys that I follow that have backpack in their name. Um, let me see if I can see with that. Let me pull up the image. Okay, yeah. He be out there. Yeah, this is the one I'm thinking about. He be out in I think he did some videos in Egypt with the pyramids. That was dope. I need to get out there. You know? It's a lot of work. Yeah, this YouTube thing ain't easy, and I feel like a lot of people right now. I follow a YouTuber. I think she's Ghanaian and Japanese, or Ghanaian and I think Ghanaian and Japanese. And I hadn't seen her videos in a while. Then she just popped up again, and I think she took a long break from YouTube. Also, another Ghanaian female. She's Ghanaian and Scottish. She took like a year break, but she got like 2 kids, 3 kids, and she's just coming back on. And she was on Think Media actually talking about a little bit of the how she did YouTube, and actually it was actually some good advice. She was talking about how she would make videos in Ghana, and she would go down to Ghana. She got family down there, obviously, and she would film for like 3 months, and then go back to Scotland and edit for the time it took, 6 months, whatever, and then go back. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Like that batch editing, but it's also batch filming. So I was thinking about that. I was like, man, that is a way of doing things. Um, Especially if you got a spot you're going back to. But me, I ain't got a spot I'm going back to. So at some point, I gotta edit, right? What I'm thinking is, what I thought about that, I was like, my method would probably be to let me make sure the camera's good. Yeah. So my method would probably be to I'd have to do a bunch of filming, and then while I'm filming, day to day, do light edit, light touch. That's kind of where I'm at now. Just bringing stuff in, light touch. Like I probably got like 4 projects. I got one from Japan. That joint long as hell, and it's probably 80% done. But I think it's better to just bring stuff in, drop it in the timeline, look at it, kind of formulate an idea of what you want to do with it, even if it's not fully. But basically, spend like an hour on it, no more, and then go to the next filming session and keep doing that. Stack the projects up, and then move on. I don't know. I don't know if it's the best way of doing things for me, but I think I might end up trying that method out. Because I can. Is May a good time to be in New Zealand? To come to New Zealand? What up, Mo? Blessings from Seas at Buck Travel. Said in May it's heading into our winter. Yeah, might not be the best time. Ace with another super chat. Give me get a kangaroo on me. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Hey, I was thinking, these kangaroos, I heard they like to box. So what if, do they have some kangaroos that you could put the gloves on and test your skills? You know what I mean? That'd be tight. Obviously you don't want PETA coming after you for animal abuse, but it still be tight. And they probably gotta cuff their feet or something. Cause I think the kangaroo, they get back on their tail and they hit you with their toe. Your toe will cut you open, bro. If they hit you with that toe, it'll disembowel you. So if they gonna have their toes out, I don't want it. You know what I mean? He got two extra weapons he can hit you with. You over there trying to box and whoop, you lose everything. I ain't trying to do that. Let me see. Aboriginal gangs. I mean, there's gangs everywhere. I ain't, I will watch out for any of those, but I think in general, here in Sydney, it's relatively safe. That could be, anything can get funky anywhere. But there are parts of the city where more of the, uh, I know there's parts of the city where more of the immigrant population is and all that. And I actually do want to go out to those parts, see what's going on there. Maybe talk with some people, see what the see what their take on Australia is and everything else. Who knows? You might find a story that we ain't looking for, but that's going to take some more time out here for sure. Yeah, it's a community. We all share information with each other. Yep, that's exactly it, man. It's even those that it's funny too because even those on YouTube that think they not, that think, oh no, I ain't. I guess everybody can go through those periods, but you on YouTube, you sharing information regardless. There's nothing you can do about it. Like if you're on this platform or you're on any social media platform, you're sharing information. Say I didn't want to tell you what type of camera I'm using or whatever. Like you can figure it out to a degree because you'll be like, oh, okay, well, it's actually got some depth of field going on, blah 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 blah, and all that. Or you watch the videos and you can see what's happening. You can see exactly what's going on. So it behooves us to actually share information with each other, um, whether it's here on a public forum or even behind the scenes and DMs and all that, because we all gonna benefit. Me and Cuz I Can talk for about 20, 30 minutes the other day. And he was telling me all about city, places to go, some things to do, you know what I mean? Some of the stuff. He was like, yeah, man, you can, even if he has a lot of videos on stuff out here. So if you really want to know what's going on with Australia, he's got videos, some on food, some on other neighborhoods you don't normally hear about. Um, he was explaining to me, he's like, yeah, man, you can go ahead and make the same video I did. Just, everybody's going to have a different spin. And that's exactly what I've always believed on this platform is I think the only buck would be if somebody did the same type of video as you, but they put it out right after you did. And I know sometimes it just lines up that way, like you're just editing stuff right, and then you put it out when you get it out. And somebody else could have just dropped it at a time or whatever. They didn't do as much work and they just put it out. And I get that. But my point is sometimes things overlap, but I would say the only thing that would be kind of messed up is if you constantly did that with somebody. And I don't think anybody's doing that. Nobody's like tracking somebody's videos. Oh yeah, you got a video like that? I got a video like that. I'm about to do that one. And then you got another video like that. Oh yeah, I'm about to do that one. I don't think nobody's doing that. It might happen once, but after that, like nobody's that that egregious that I've seen. But if it did happen, you'd be like, dang, that's messed up. But yeah, for the most part, we all need to just work together, share information, and grow a lot faster, and just wrap this whole travel YouTube thing up. This whole travel YouTube, or YouTube in general, is like a whole nother version of music, the music industry coming along. So, the music industry came along, then it was jazz, right? Jazz music. And you know where that came from? It came from a lot of people in the South. They just, bam, they started a whole new genre of music, whole new revenue stream. Then after jazz, or maybe, I guess it was the blues before jazz, right? But then that too was a revenue stream. And then rock and roll was from pretty much the same community, revenue stream. Then we moved on to modern hip hop, R&B, revenue stream. So a lot of it is just sharing information and tactics, ways of doing things, and moving on. I think that's what I've actually the first time me and Ace met in Barranquilla, I told him that's what this YouTube thing is. That was in 2018. I was like, yo, this YouTube thing is the music industry all over again. Like we just starting things. I mean, obviously he's doing big things. He started off in South America doing all that stuff down there, still doing big things. Um, and a lot of other people from that movement have come up as well. So yeah, we gotta start capitalizing on our creativity together so we can form it up faster and look at industries from the past and use those as learning lessons and steps. All right. I ain't mean to rant on about that, but I think it's needed. Okay. What we talking about there? I'm behind on these comments, Drake. What we talking about? He said, nah, you don't. Dope background. Yeah, it's the hotel. See, it's just the room. Let me see if I drop out, we'll focus on it. Yeah, it's just the room. You know what I mean? Some people might think it's the fake backdrop or something. I don't know. You can do that now. You can make the fake backdrop. Nah, I didn't go inside the opera house yet. I'm gonna do that though. You reminded me. I gotta do that. I got a book over there. I got a book over there. I need to let me hold up before I even get off the live stream. I'm gonna write that down. Maybe that's what the session will be like. Right down. See, my knee is all twisted. When I sit down for too long and get up, my knee be messing with me. All I got here for Sydney right now that I wrote down anyway is I wanted to go live, a mobile live. So at some point I need to do that, but today is not the day for that because it's cloudy. Go inside the opera house. Inside, yeah, opera house. Oh, write these ideas down. Circular Quay in Sydney. Yeah, I think I did Circular Quay actually. I did Darling Harbor, and I walked out around there. Did that. I mean, I'll look into it again. There's a lot to this city I need to see, and I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something I did. You tell me if I need to continue with it because I don't have a DJI Pocket 3. That joint smooth, got the gimbal, all that, right? But I do have a gimbal from years ago that I barely ever use. I brought it out on this trip, and then I filmed something a few days ago, just testing it out. I'm gonna see if I can find it here and add it in, and see if I can share it with y'all. Y'all tell me if you like the how it looks. Just a teaser, y'all. I can't show you the whole video because I might have to. I'm gonna try to drop the joint later. Night video walk. Is this it? No, that ain't it. see. Let me know if I get any. I hope my video quality is still really good. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we see it. Try this out right here. Hold on, this is it. This is more like it. We're recording. Hold on. Okay, I think we're recording. Let me add this up. The back side of it. So you go through there and you. So y'all, while I'm one, it's a Saturday night, so a lot of people are probably at the club. I don't know if they. So check this out. I'm walking up these steps. Best. And I probably didn't have to get up these steps. It's not hard. Iconic. Everybody comes to visit them, and so that's what I want to show y'all. It's really busy. A lot of people out here. It's one of the most popular places in the country. I would say probably the most popular as far as coming to get a picture. Best. And I probably didn't have. You're gonna try to see the food. So let me know what y'all think on that. It's pretty smooth, man. Smooth movement. Man. Okay. Yes, I didn't go inside the Opera House, but we'll get there. We're gonna go on there. Okay. Something about New Zealand, we get like snow. I think he was saying it, dude. Oh no, that ain't my only travel bag. The one I showed earlier, I got a suitcase. I got a little bag, and when I'm back in the States, like I have multiple bags. You know, I used to be in the military, so when it comes to the bag, you know, we used to having different bags for different stuff. So the bag game is deep. But yeah, normally when I travel, I have one backpack, one suitcase, big suitcase, and what do I need to know? You know, how I'm set up right now, I can put all my stuff in either my big suitcase or that bag, and also a little Pelican case as well. So some of the stuff that needs more impact protection. So, you know, screen, that's what you rock. It does get cold, depending on what part of the country you're in. Move this. Going to Windsor, Canada Friday. Cold. To the cold I go. Man, I'm telling you, bro. Be safe out there, man. You know what I mean? Be safe out there. I feel like the longer you've been in cold, like throughout your life, well, I'll say that after 30 years old, mid 30s, I would say the cold starts biting me, bro. It's like I went 2 years ago. I was in Germany, and it was warm when I got there, and then one day it just dropped and it got cold. It was like that. In Stuttgart, Germany, they have it's almost like a moist cold for some reason, and the dry cold is much better. But the moist cold is almost like it's on you, it's on your skin, and it's different. You know, like sometimes people in the South they call it the hawk. The hawk is out. That joint just come through on you. Yeah, man. So I don't know about that cold life right now. It was good market focus. All right. Hit that like button again. Yes. Another reminder. Hit the like button. We've been live for an hour, 40 minutes. In the first 30 minutes, we didn't even get no comments from her. We started slow. I know it's late on the East Coast. Some of y'all probably watching it live out of pure support and dozing off. Appreciate that too. But yeah, so that video. Oh yeah, I'll show y'all the other video. The young lady I'm in the park. We did a little video, and it was cool. If you didn't catch it on my Instagram story, then I'll show it to you right here. Now I'm starting to organize my files a little bit better. So I was in this park, and I was mostly doing a lot of this. I'll show you, and I'll show you the other video. And but they should see that it's a be on the ground walking. You should see beauty up in her. Oh, maybe it's in this stuff. Man, I don't think they eat insects. I think they just eat fruit, on the tree. But they, normally you see bats flying, especially in the evening. They flying and they going all crazy directions off the sonar. They chasing bugs and doing all these fast movements. No, these ain't like that. These bats fly straight like birds. I'm going over there. They flying half a kilometer. Ah. And then when they land in the tree and start moving around, you be looking at them. They be looking at you. You're like, oh, right? I went to my cousin's campus. There was one, and we had to go through this gate. And there's one on the other side of this gate in the tree, and he looking at us like we can't get through the gate, right? He looking at us like, "Oh, we good." And as soon as we start messing with the gate, he's like, "Oh!" He started backing up. He hanging upside down in the tree. He started backing up. I'm like, "Hold on, man. He's not making too nervous. We ain't messing with you. We're just trying to get over here." So that was what some of these birds look like over here, right? Let me check this out. Why is that removed from studio? I'm starting to see now. Maxing is the most I've ever done as far as videos in StreamYard. Like maxing out my tray. But let me show you this other video. I feel like this might even be a better use of some of these videos, man. I drop the stuff here, and then you guys see it. You get a taste of what I might be dropping later. And yeah, versus like putting stuff on Instagram, even shorts is cool. Well, I don't know about shorts right now. I'm trying to figure it out now. But Instagram is cool, but it doesn't really. Although I like posting on Instagram, it doesn't really push traffic as much as I like other areas. So this young lady here is really, and we might be doing a video together, maybe even a live, taking questions, seeing what it's like for Brazilians in Australia, what her take is on Australia is. But we'll see. The thing is though, like some of these people, that make the content sounds good, but then the schedules don't work out later. They're busy with stuff, and We're busy with stuff that just don't really mess up with it should. But if it does, we should be able to make some decent. Also, too, like I said, quality ain't nowhere near the quality what it look like on the phone or on the actual file. So they dumb it down. We have a low res version of it here in case somebody wanted to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna repost that. Okay, go ahead, go ahead. I don't think we got too many of those in my community as well. So what other questions we got? I think I hit a lot of the chats. We have A's and C's with the super chat. Much appreciated. I don't even know how much 40,000 Coca is right now over here, or 100,000. I appreciate it. But I know we definitely need to start supporting each other more. Just because it really is a circular economy. Yeah, like I said, imagine this, right? So if I go live, some YouTubers, you know, contribute a small amount, whatever it is, and then they go live, contribute there, more people start contributing super chats or cash out, whatever they do. Um, then you just start a bigger flywheel, right? And eventually, the community becomes more of that type of community. It contributes to what they want to see more of. And I think it's important that we're going to have to cultivate that. We're going to have to cultivate that if we want to succeed at a faster rate. You know, think about all the things people spend money on. You hear about a lot of these preachers. People go to church and then raise it in church. And what are these preachers doing? Not what they say they're supposed to be doing. But I feel like something like this here, you know, you can kind of see what's going on with the creators, especially if you're on some type of membership program or you're contributing like that, or let's say the creator runs a fundraiser for a certain trip. Like, all right, we need this amount. Once we get here, we're going there. I think actually, somebody's bringing up Floyd earlier. I think him and Austin actually did that with a certain trip. Great idea. You know what I mean? People want you to go somewhere on this trip, on the hotel, something like that. And we'll get out there. Yeah, buying Bentleys, Beamers, and all that kind of crazy stuff. You know, the Lord want me to look good for y'all. I mean, looking good is one thing. Unnecessary money on imagine that one Bentley, or let's say $100,000 car they funded, the church probably funded. If people donated that, and it's from it's a church, so it ain't even that many people there. I mean, maybe 5,000 people in the church. I mean, I got more subscribers than that, right? So there's 5,000 people in the church, probably only get money from, let's say, half of them, right? But that's still a good ratio, actually, because you're in their place, right? So you can actually spend the pot by and do all this stuff. But if YouTubers could do that, I mean, if a small YouTuber like me could do that, be like, all right, y'all funding me to go ahead. You actually be like, oh, we want to see them. I think it has to be in line with what the creator wants to do anyway. Yeah, but I want you to go to North Korea. There's a $500,000. Like, no, man, you going to North Korea, bro? Actually, I don't know. I might go to North Korea, but I have to be right on that very what do you call it? It's like a creative trick that they do. So it's like that's all we doing, bro. Whatever they want to show us, that's all we doing. They say no cameras, there's no cameras. If they say you can film this, you film that. I think that's how North Korea is. So actually, now that I think about it, if that's the case, if you could go to North Korea and they let you film, they're gonna tell you what you can film and what you can't. It'd be a very easy video to make because all you gotta do is okay, camera time. Whoop, only film this way, okay, and you can only say this. They're gonna tell you everything you can and can't do, and it should for that reason it should be very simple. And if you think about going outside those boxes, like for anybody that's aspiring to go to North Korea, don't even think about going outside of the boxes. I don't even know if you can film there, but even if you could, yeah, for your own safety. But anyway, all I'm saying is trips can be funded. I think that's a very good use of the platform in the community. But I think we also got to hold the creators accountable some kind of way as far as okay, you said you was gonna go here, you sent the money got here. That's another thing. I don't know if we could actually add up money. If you do cash apps, that's correct. There's no record of that. I don't think. If you do it here on YouTube, obviously you can see the super chat come in, whatever. YouTube takes 30% of it, and then it comes in at the end of the month, which is in the month is not really a big deal in my opinion, unless you immediately need the money right away. But the 30% could if you're dealing with a good amount of money, it could start to add up. So, but yeah, what else we do? Yeah, almost 2 hours, 1 hour 52 minutes. I think the stream has been pretty decent as far as quality. Internet here doesn't seem to be giving me too many problems. But yeah, man, get some decent footage, doing some things, trying to make the most of a rainy day. Like I said, I was hoping I was gonna go do a mobile live out on the beach. Weather said no. Let me see what's it looking like now as far as clearing up. Because we still got 3 hours of daylight here before sunset. Weather. Still cloudy. Is it raining right now? It seems like it is. Let me see. Relatively dry outside right now, but I don't know if it's still cloudy though. So I don't know. Definitely need to get outside and do some stuff out there, but I don't think it's gonna be the best day to do it live unless I get out there and some type of action. People out there doing something on a Monday. But other than that, I don't think we got any more comments, questions, anything like that. So I just really think it's live with the music on again a little bit. Is it playing? I don't even hear the joint playing. How about now? You can hear me now, I'm sure, right? I think so. Yeah, I'm just wrapping up in the last bit of something here. Yeah, that's pretty good, man. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Like I said before, man. The beautiful thing about this area, city, is you can be 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes away from the beach like this. You can still have other city conveniences. This ain't the only beach. There's like 5 other beaches. There's enough beaches, 5 more beaches. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through. If you're gonna do that, we can talk 2 hours. And if you didn't already, hit the like button. Hit that like button. And, watch the video from yesterday about the hotel, the tight hotel. Complete opposite. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, this hotel, like, I can do this. Yeah, a bathroom is probably bigger than the whole hotel room there in Tokyo. Well, I stayed in another place too that was more reasonable as far as it was a little bit outside of Tokyo, so it was a Tokyo hotel. And I guess some more Tokyo videos too. Yeah, I need to drop that. I don't know. I think I probably need to start picking up with if I drop some more it's going to be within the next period. I need to get it off the table and then clear it for if not, I want to end up talking about some Australia stuff and then periodically drop the Japan stuff. That's the plan, man. Yeah, I can't do that in video, bro. I can't do that. I feel stuff like this. It's not good. Everybody was talking like, yeah, just to set up the live. It's like, everything good. Did they even do a live stream? Nah, I couldn't even do it. Tripod wouldn't even work. I had to put it up on something on the table. Wow. I mean, it was convenient. You couldn't stay there for more. I was there a few years too. It was to its limit. But, I would say when it's cold there, that's when it's cold. You can see it in the summer when it's cold. I don't know if you want to be one of the small places like that. You know that it's far, you just make sure you're here. As far as the place and everything. But, yeah. So that's all I got, y'all. I hope y'all appreciate it. We're exactly at 2 hours. Make sure you hit the like button. Watch some of the other videos. Comment. We got about this stuff. Go ahead and comment out in the videos. maybe share video. Sharing is a good thing, right? Sharing videos seems to be uh, honest thing to do, but because we don't know if the person actually wants to see something like this. A live video, whatever it is, we share. Is live with that. Share the videos, yeah. Like, subscribe if you subscribe if you have to. Share it. Comment on it. That's the key thing to do. Like the video. Something in the video you learn about, like, hey, you can't understand me. What's up? The mic, you know, I'm gonna sit here till you explain it. What can't you understand? I want to make sure I'm clear on talking about something. I know I was leaning back. I bring the mic. Okay, that's what it is, the mic. Yeah, I was just saying, just make sure you subscribe to videos. If you can, support, comment, all that good stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Volume could be good now, I'm sure. I make sure sometimes these just direct your mic, make sure I'm in the right position. And I got a lot of leeway leaning back on this couch. All right, y'all. We're gonna end this live. I need to take my butt outside at least. Do something. Go to city a little bit more. Probably take my action plan, test mount it, walk around. Might get something. Let's see. All right, man. Take care. Appreciate y'all.